Hi, I'm Isaac from Isaac Builds Things, and today I will show you how I built this chessboard. First up, I cut 8mm strips of two contrasting coloured woods, and I'm using pine and remu. I set the table saw to 8mm and the blade just above the thickness of the wood, which is about 45mm at this point. Then I adjust it down quite low, so it's about 10mm up, and cut the strips to 40mm. This is going to be the width of my squares. Now we need to glue the strips together. So take 4 of each type and alternate them, and then glue all the edges. Then we're going to line them all up nicely on a baseboard with some plastic underneath so the glue doesn't stick. Then I'm going to clamp some pieces on the top to hold the board flat. And then clamp the sides. Now that the glue is dried, I'm using a track saw and a square to get a nice square edge on the board. Then we can head back to the table saw, set to 40mm, and cut 40mm strips again, but the other way. So it's starting to look a bit like a chessboard. Now I'm gluing up the strips, alternating the same as the first time, and using the same process. Now, depending on how flat you got the glue up, you'll have a little or a lot of sanding to do to get the board flat. This took me about 10 minutes per side with 120 grit sandpaper. You want to make sure you get it really flat and you don't stay in certain spots for too long. Now, to support the board to stop it from cracking when it dries out and moves with the different humidities, we're gluing it down to a piece of 18mm plywood. This will stabilize it. I'm gluing it onto a bigger piece so I don't really mind exactly where it goes because we're going to trim the edges. You can never have too many clamps. Once the glue is dry, I trimmed up all the edges with the track saw. It's really starting to look like a chessboard now, and it's ready for the edges. So I'm cutting up some recycled remu for the edges, and they are cut to 15mm thick. And then we have 45-degree angles on the corners to make the corners line up with really nice miters. Now we're going to glue and brad it to the sides. Doing 2 opposite sides at a time, and then I can adjust the other ones to fit perfectly. Then gluing and braiding those ones in place. Now I'm sanding it all up so the edges all match up nicely. At this stage, if you have any small cracks in the joins or nail holes from the recycled timber, I'm filling them up with remu coloured filler or pine coloured filler depending on what timber it's on. So I'm all done and ready to oil these 6 chessboards. So I'm going to go ahead and oil them with this timber benchtop oil, which is from Bondale, and It's really good because it doesn't stink too much and it protects the timber well. So I'm going to put a couple of coats of that on over the next couple of days. Here you can tip some oil on the project or just dip the rag in. I find it more fun tipping some on the boards. Just watch that you don't spill too much on them. Then wait a few days for the oil to dry and you're ready to play. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Comment below what you think and I will see you next time.